Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about boundaries, how to set up boundaries. I'm going to do a quick podcast about this because a lot of people know that, oh, you should have boundaries. People talk about, oh, you need boundaries. How do you, keep the narcissist from, abusing you or treating you a certain way? You need strong boundaries. And they talk about how, people with low boundaries are the ones that really get abused by the narcissist because the narcissist knows they can get away with it. So let me talk about an incident that happened. I had a reel that I put up, you guys, about when the narcissist calls you crazy. And basically what it was is I said, when the narcissist calls you crazy, that's when you know you've got them. That's when you know you have that narcissist back against the wall. And this is a typical tactic of a covert narcissist. They'll call you crazy because what they're going to do is they're going to discredit your mental state because they don't want to take accountability. So what is the best, defense for a narcissist? An offense. And their offense is to discredit you. So they'll call you crazy. They'll call you sensitive. They'll say, you have mental issues. They'll say you have trust issues. They'll say everything that they could say to try to confuse you to the point that you start to doubt yourself and doubt your own mental capacity. And you start to think, well, am I the narcissist? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm controlling. Maybe I expect too much. No, it's that you're dealing with a narcissist that is flipping the blame on you. So here's the thing. When somebody calls you crazy, I had a woman ask, she said that her partner calls her crazy, and she says to him, well, if I'm crazy, it's because you make me crazy. All right. And she said, well, give me some tips on how to deal with a narcissist that may come out with something like that and call you crazy. First of all, if a narcissist calls you crazy, it's blatant disrespect. Understand that, okay? You should not go on the defense and start, defending yourself. I'm not crazy, this, that. Because when you do that, you guys, you lose your power. So you have to look at specifically what the narcissist is doing. They're trying to discredit you, discredit what comes out of your mouth. And they do it in front of other people too. So other people think that whatever you say is, crazy and it doesn't make sense. So they're going to discredit your mental state. So there's two ways you can handle that. One is to completely disengage and just walk away from somebody when they call you crazy. Or the second way is to check them, all right? And this is where you give a warning to the narcissist. You give one warning. You let that narcissist know. You say, if you ever call me crazy again, you and I will not be talking. If you want to talk with me, you're going to talk to me with a level of respect. And if you can't talk to me in a respectful manner, you and I will not be talking. This is your way to let the narcissist know you're nobody to be played with, that you're checking them on the fact that they're trying to discredit you and that you're not going to tolerate it. You're not going to sit there and try to resolve things with somebody who's, disrespecting your mental state or calling you something like that. And it's the same thing when, you put in boundaries for other things. In other words, you've got to know yourself. You've got to know what you'll accept and what you won't accept, okay? And the problem with a lot of people that try to put boundaries up is they wait too long to put the boundaries up, okay? They all of a sudden they realize, oh, I need to put up boundaries and everything. Meanwhile, they've been with the narcissist for, let's say, a couple of years. The narcissist is doing everything they want. And all of a sudden you're putting up a boundary, the narcissist is not going to take you seriously. So this is why you set your boundaries from the onset when you deal with somebody. You have to be clear about it. You have to let this person know what you'll accept and what you won't. And you've also got to impose consequences. See, a lot of people will put up boundaries and say, you better not stay out all night again. But then when the person does it, all they do the next day is argue with the narcissist and bitch and moan with the narcissist. And a lot of times the narcissist just laughs it off and just appeases you and say, oh, sorry, that'll never happen again. Sometimes you get a narcissist that just yeses you to death and keeps doing what they want. So, you guys, there's got to be consequences. This is why you give the narcissist one chance to correct themselves. Now, understand this. You're probably not going to get very far with the narcissist, depending on how bad that person needs you. If the narcissist needs you or they want something from you, they may, compromise themselves and not break your boundaries to that level of degree. They'll always break boundaries, but, they may, keep themselves a little bit more in check because they don't want to piss you off because they need you. But if you have a narcissist that doesn't need you, a narcissist that has a lot of options for other supply or supply that you are offering them, maybe you're offering that narcissist sex, maybe you're offering that narcissist money, maybe you're offering that narcissist a place to live. If that narcissist has other options that they can attain, that they could be with somebody else that's giving them what they want, that you're giving them, guess what? Your boundaries are not going to mean anything to that narcissist. They're not going to care. They're not going to take you seriously, and they're going to keep breaking your boundaries, okay? This is why boundaries are really, really difficult. And the thing is, you have to know yourself. When you impose boundaries, a lot of people that are desperate for love let things go. They want to believe that the narcissist is going to change. The narcissist's character does not change. This is who they are. Whatever they've done, whatever their behaviors have been in the past, 9 times out of 10, those behaviors are going to happen in the future. This is why you don't take back the narcissist, because whatever they did to you in the past is going to resurface again, and it's going to be even worse, because now they know that you took them back. Now they know that they can come back, that you need them. See, when you take somebody back, you're showing them that they have control over you, that you need them. And when somebody feels that you need them, or you're weak in the sense that, you're letting them get away with something, but all they have to do is apologize to you or love bomb you and they're back, they know that they have the control over you. So you have to be strong within yourself. You've got to be an independent person. Even if you're in a relationship, even a healthy relationship, or you get married to somebody, you've got to be an independent person. You come together with the other person and you build as one to help each other and build, a beautiful life together. Your goal is to work together, but you always have to keep in mind that life always throws out things, okay? People get sick, people have financial problems, things happen down the line. So, nothing is 100% in life. Anything could happen. That's why, sometimes you see people that are getting married, they look so happy and everything like that. You don't know what could happen to that marriage down the road. Something could happen where they're just not compatible with each other, or they get bored with each other. So my point in all this is this. You've got to know yourself, that you could be on your own and you could be independent. And why is this so important? Because when you impose these boundaries on the narcissist and they break your boundaries, you have to impose consequences, which means usually the consequence is that you're going to leave the relationship, or you're not going to deal with the narcissist. You've got to have that internal strength to be able to do that, because what you're doing is you're respecting yourself. All right? Because if you don't respect yourself, you're going to feel lousy about yourself. You're going to be unhappy in the relationship. You're going to feel, inferior. You're going to be unhappy and depressed, and you have to be able to respect yourself. And you also have to respect yourself because the other person that's with you, they won't respect you if you don't respect yourself. Because love is all about respect. When somebody loves you, they respect you. And what that means is they don't talk to you in a certain way. They don't treat you like you're a fool or you're a jerk, the way the narcissist treats people. The narcissist basically treats others like they know better. They treat you like a jerk, okay, or like a fool because they think they're smarter than you. And that's not somebody who's going to respect you. So you've got to be strong enough to say, okay, here's my list of boundaries. I don't want somebody who talks to me a certain way. I don't want somebody who doesn't pick up their phone when I call for hours on at a time. I don't want somebody who disrespects me in front of their family. If their family disrespects me, I want somebody who's able to stick up for me. So you have to have a clear-cut idea of what you will tolerate and what you won't. And you've got to be internally strong within yourself that if this person is not doing that, if this person doesn't have your back and this person doesn't respect you, it's time to step away from it and leave the relationship because there is no love there. Or you're dealing with somebody who's always got to have their way. And the only way to be in a relationship with somebody like that, who's very narcissistic and always wants to have the control, is to, you have to compromise yourself and you're not your own person anymore. You have to answer to somebody, but they don't have to answer to you. So you're in a relationship with a dictator, okay? So unless you want to be in a relationship with somebody like that, in which case you're hoping to make the relationship last with the narcissist, but even if you do everything for the narcissist and you let the narcissist break your boundaries, the narcissist is going to have no respect for you and treat you even worse, okay? Sometimes narcissists treat the people that are the hardest on them with the most respect because they know they can't play with them and they know that this person, they have respect for them because they don't look at them as desperate. So the last thing you want to be looked at by somebody, and especially your partner, is as somebody who's desperate, because when you're desperate, you have low value, okay? Somebody who respects themselves has high value, okay? You're valuing yourself. You're saying to yourself, you know what? I'm better than this. So if you don't see it, somebody else will see it. And, until that happens, I'm good on my own. I'm doing well, okay? That's showing the narcissist that you value yourself. And that's why no contact is crucial. And that's why you don't break no contact. Because when you break no contact, that narcissist automatically feels you're weak. They feel you're weak, you need them, and they've got the power. And they feel they could pull their nonsense every time to you, and you're always going to come back. So no contact, showing a narcissist no contact is your way of showing that narcissist you respect yourself and you're not going to tolerate nonsense, all right? Now, I'm going to go over some basic boundaries. Number one, how somebody talks to you. Listen to how somebody talks to you. Do they talk to you with respect, or are they name calling, or are they calling you crazy, insecure, untrust, have no trust or something like that? Are they trying to cut down your character? That is a red flag. So what do? You do what I said before. You check them or you disengage from them. That's to let them know that you're not going to be discredited as a person for your mental state or your characteristics or anything. You're secure within yourself for who you are. And if you're calling out the narcissist or bringing something up to them and they're calling you these kind of things like insecure, crazy, you have mental issues, you let them know that no, you don't talk to me in that way. You either talk to me with respect or we're not talking at all, or you disengage. That's to show the narcissist that you are unwavering in the fact that you're not going to, doubt yourself. You're secure in yourself. You know your facts. You know that you know what you're talking about. You know that you're an intelligent person. And this is just somebody who's deflecting to try to get out of taking accountability and shame. That's exactly what you have there. But you have to let them know you're one step above the game and that you know their game. So you either check them or you disengage. All right. Also, the other thing, you guys, you have to know, as far as your boundaries and living with somebody, what you'll accept and what you won't accept. If somebody constantly is criticizing, judging you or something like that, You let them know, if you're not happy about this, there's the door. This is who I am. If the narcissist can't accept you for who you are, then you're not with the right person. And see, this is the thing with a narcissist. They never accept anybody. There's always criticism and judgment with a narcissist. They always find a hair in an egg. So there is no pleasing the narcissist. You are never good enough for a narcissist because they thrive on always showing that they know better. They want to be the authority. It makes them feel important. What do I say? And I said in my last podcast, the narcissist always has this thirst to try to feel important. So the way they do that is to put down other people to lift themselves up. But if somebody is doing that to you, you've got to let them know. No, you're not going to, you're not going to talk to me in that manner. If you do, then you and I will not be talking. So basically, unfortunately, when you're dealing with a narcissist, it's very difficult to have a relationship with them because, it's not an equal partnership. You are not an equal with a narcissist. They always want to be on top. So they're always going to try to suppress you. And this is why people end up very damaged from narcissistic abuse. They have anxiety, they have depression, they're going to therapists, they're taking antidepressant medication, and all of these things because the narcissist has broken them down, broken down their spirit, but also broken down their self-esteem. Okay? And they have taken their time. They take away your time in your life because you're wasting your time trying to work something out with somebody who you can't fix. You can't fix a narcissist. This is who they are. They are not going to change. So if you're in a situation where you have to stay for whatever reason you feel because of the children or because of financial reasons, you work with what you can. You do the best that you can, okay? But never let that narcissist know you're sweating. In other words, try not to get emotional in front of the narcissist by crying or screaming or yelling. Stick strictly to the facts of whatever you're trying to, convey to that narcissist. Just think of yourself. You're in a courtroom, you're in front of a judge, and you're conveying to them your facts. You're not getting emotional. And, you're not getting angry. You're just sticking to the points. So this brings me to my next point. You need to be completely focused when you're dealing with a narcissist. Because if you're not focused, this is where the narcissist will eat you up and spit you out, okay? So know your facts. You can't have doubt in what you see and what you hear. And narcissists will gaslight you all the time. They will say, oh, it didn't happen like that, or you don't remember, or something like that. You've got to be able to trust yourself, trust your judgment, because if you feel a certain way, there's a reason you feel a certain way, okay? It's not for no reason. So this is why you can't let that narcissist, try to throw it off on you like you're crazy or something like that, or you don't know what you saw. No, I know exactly what I saw. Okay. You got to hold strong. You've got to be tough. You got to let this person, you're not about the nonsense. You're not about the bullshit. All right. And that person, believe me when I tell you, narcissists know who they can play with and who they can't, okay? You can see it. Narcissists won't play with certain people that they know can see through them and won't put up with their bullshit and will walk away. But they'll play with people that are more empathetic, that always, oh, let me give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they didn't know what they were doing. Oh, they had a rough childhood. Those are the people that the narcissist knows they can play with and manipulate because you have a soft heart, or you're trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. When somebody shows you who they are the first time, recognize it, okay? Don't, you give them one chance and that's it, all right? So you guys, it's like this. It's all about respect and respecting yourself and having somebody else or the narcissist respect you. And you put in what you have to decide what you can live with and what you can't live with. And, when a narcissist tries to, starts with the name calling, or they try to put you down, or they dismiss you, they give you, the rolling eyes or the sarcastic smirk or something like that, disengage, okay? This is how you handle it. Or another way you can handle it is to say, like when they criticize or something like that to you, if you want to call them out on it, you could say, does it make you feel better to put me down? That's your way of letting them know that they are a disturbed person, that they have to put you down in order to lift themselves up. And then you disengage and you walk away from it. You're letting them know that, you know what? I know what you are. You're trying to discredit me in order to lift yourself up, or so that other people won't think of me as credible in what I'm saying. So you're going to try to discredit me. This is what they do with the reactive abuse all the time. They're going to gaslight you. You're going to get emotional and get pissed off because, they're blatantly lying to you or they're treating you like a jerk. And then the narcissist, sometimes they record you or they show other people or they do it in front of other people. This is why I say strictly business when dealing with a narcissist. Don't get emotional. The problem isn't you. The problem is you're dealing with an insecure, damaged person that is always going to try to put you down in order to lift themselves up. They're sick-minded people, okay? They're unhappy people. They're miserable inside, okay? They were never validated or given love as a child, or they never had boundaries if they were the spoiled child and always felt entitled or something like that. So you're dealing with an out-of-control person internally, and their only way of trying to get control is by trying to control you, okay? Nobody can control you unless you let them control you. And this is why it's very crucial that you have your boundaries of what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. And you make sure that you are an independent, strong person, independent physically, independent financially, okay? Independent intellectually, so that today or tomorrow, you don't need that narcissist. Never, ever, ever be dependent on anybody else, and especially a narcissist, okay? Because when you're dependent on a narcissist, you are at that narcissist's mercy, okay, you guys? You've got to have an attitude like, this is who I am. I respect who I am. Either you like me and you respect me, or you don't. And if you don't, then you're not my people. You're not in my corner. And guess what? I'm good enough to be on my own, and eventually I'll be with somebody else that sees the beauty in me and sees the value in me. If you don't see it, somebody else will see it. Then you're not the one for me. And I'm not going to go down the road of destruction with somebody toxic like you who will not respect my boundaries because you're not respecting me as a person. And if you're not respecting me, then obviously you don't love me. Period. End of story. Okay? So that's how it goes, you guys. I hope that helps you. I just wanted to do a quick podcast on boundaries. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast, and have a great day. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio, and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP123, and also on Instagram, The Game EXP123. Okay? And have a great day.